Let's go to Aaron Rodgers and the Jets right now. Aaron Rodgers at training camp reporting.
Okay. Good boy, Aaron.
He was wearing an Egyptian cat shirt. I'm sorry, I thought it was a dog. That is an Egyptian cat, obviously.
Is that a Sphinx?
I think you have to buy that at the pyramids. Yeah. I don't think you can buy that on the internet. I think that's only a shirt you can buy
King Tut.
at the pyramids.
Definitely.
He's in flip-flops, sunglasses, big smile on his face. You said he's shredded just like he was last year going into camp. Obviously, the mindset is good. The Egyptian shirt is awesome just because of everything that happened, which leads to the other player that was considered unexcused whenever Robert Saleh said that Aaron Rodgers, who was at 100% of the voluntary stuff, has been with the team since last year, has been around, has took on ownership of the team. Robert Saleh said, Aaron's been here, but he's unexcused. And then to a guy that got traded to the Jets who'd never been in the Jets building, this is what he had to say before mandatory minute camp about Haason Reddick.
You know, Haason's a pro. He's been in this league a while. He's produced at a very high level for a long time. He's got his routine. If it makes people feel better, we know where he's at. We know what he's doing, and we know he's working his tail off to get where he needs to get to have a productive 24 season.
Do you expect to see him next week?
I do.
Okay, so he expected to see him. He did not, obviously. Haason Reddick has also not come to training camp. He is waiting for a new deal to be signed. Once again, has not been on the Jets. But the way Saleh talked about Haason, he's been in the league a long time. He's been good. He has his routine. We know he's going to be ready. It's like Aaron's been in the league longer, has his own routine. He's changed it. It's going to be a part of your voluntary minicamp stuff. He loves your team, has openly gone to bat for your team, been in there.
More success.
We thought more success in his whole career. Yeah. Like there's so many things about the way Coach Saleh handled that. And then, you see Aaron wearing that Egypt shirt. It's like, I know Aaron is going to want to win and have success. That is literally what is driving him right now. But I like that he came in with that shirt just being like, hey, where's that guy you said you knew exactly where he was that has never stepped foot in this building? And Aaron wouldn't say that. But that is a situation over there. That is legitimately a situation. We saw Haason Reddick was in Japan. I don't know if that's what Saleh meant whenever he said we know where he is, because this came out like a day after Robert Saleh said that. But it's like that situation, as we have the sound on, sweet. I assume that sounds
awesome.
Yeah. Awesome. I assume that sounds much better than us talking. But it's like situations just kind of that they've, I don't want to say shot themselves in the foot and created, but kind of. Like, Saleh's kind of created this entire thing because of what he said publicly. Is that on the PR team that we assume is is that on Saleh? Is it on the planning? Like, what is it, and does any of it matter? I guess that is kind of the question.
I mean, you want Reddick in camp. That's the thing. When they traded for him, were they confident that they were going to get him in the building pretty quickly? Did they feel like, hey, we're going to work out a deal right away because we obviously want him here. We want him learning the defense. We know what he can do and how productive he is when he's on the field. So, like, when does this get done? They absolutely should worry about this.
Yeah, I think so, too.
And they definitely should have known, because that's why he got traded from the Eagles, because he wanted a new deal. So if they didn't know, then they're just kind of stupid. But this is the Jets. This is just like the MO of the Jets to a T.
This is Jets football.
This is Jets football, baby. Hey, let's make sure everything is great, and then let's just all put our foot in our mouths and let's just screw this thing up before the season even starts. It's what they do every single year, and that's why the Jets are the Jets, and it's almost fun at this point, even though I personally would like to see Aaron have success because of how terrible last season ended for him, and, pushing himself to come back. That's another thing, that we haven't even mentioned, that he actively did a completely different advanced rehab that is like next generation to try and fix your Achilles faster than anybody. But, again, for Saleh, I guess that isn't something that you really think about when you're comparing Aaron Rodgers, the face of your franchise, the player that is basically going to save your ass, because after last year, clearly the ineptitude that you showed was one thing, because they could have went out and gotten a Joe Flacco like the Browns did and kind of turned their whole entire season around and took the Browns to the playoffs. They decided not to do that, so they basically did, hey, don't worry, next year Rodgers is going to be back, and then before anything even starts, it's, hey, let's piss this guy off and make sure he comes in here knowing that we're still behind him, even though we're going to bury him publicly. Like, this is the Jets. This is what they do over and over and over again. But, again, Rodgers is on the team. So he'll probably, fill all those gaps that, it seems as though Robert Saleh is poking in the boat.
Yeah, and winning cures all. And greatness is kind of a great Band-Aid, especially in professional sports. And we assume that Hackett knows that his ass is in the hot seat. Aaron knows he's in the hot seat. Saleh seemingly knows he's in.
Has to.
Douglas?
I don't even know if he knows he's in New York.
Dan, how are we feeling about Aaron Rodgers and the Jets? I actually, last week when the Texans reported for training camp, picked them to win the Super Bowl, and then kind of every time I remember that Coach Saleh is their head coach, I kind of question my decision there. What are you thinking regarding the Jets and Aaron Rodgers? And do you think with that revamped offensive line and, added Mike Williams that we might see, a MVP season out of Aaron and the boys?
Oh, I think Aaron is going to pick up very similar to what he was in 2020 and 21. Is that right? Yeah. So
yeah.
That MVP type of season, I don't know if it'll be that grand, but I do think that he's going to play at an awesome level. I was watching First Take today and Mad Dog, and I always laugh at myself when everyone goes, well, last time we saw Aaron Rodgers play, it wasn't that great. I think he threw like 26 touchdowns and 3,700 yards with like a broken thumb.
Oh, really?
The context of everything gets lost so often. And so I think it's well known the Jets will be awesome if they stay healthy. And that's the biggest. It's as big a dice roll and finger crossed situation as we've had in the NFL. But you're talking about a situation where you have to tell Aaron Rodgers, who, with one of the better dual backs in the league in Breece Hall and one of the best young wide receivers in the league, Gary Wilson, hey, dude, I need you to score 17 points. If you can score 17 points, we are going to win or have the chance to win basically every game that we're in. That's it. You know how easy that is for Aaron? 17, because he doesn't give the ball away. So you're never going to be in negative situations or stressing your defense. You have the opportunity to then sit there and go, well, this is the perfect combination. A defense that suffocates you, a quarterback that doesn't give the football away, and that is deadly with above average talent with him. So I think that the whole conversation around Aaron as a player, whatever you think about him off the field, I don't really care.
Why he didn't get vaccinated? He didn't get vaccinated.
It's always the last time we saw him play, he's going to be okay, guys. The last time we saw Tiger Woods play really good golf before he won in Augusta didn't matter. So I just think it's sometimes so reckless and stupid.
I don't know if Aaron's going to be pumped that you just tied him to Tiger Woods at this stage of Tiger's career, because we saw his leg at the U.S. Amateur Championship that Charlie was playing.
Oh gosh.
Whoa, buddy. I don't know how he gets around any course.
Seriously.
That thing looks like it's zippered to get, honestly.
Yeah.
It is.
Maybe appreciate him a lot more.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Hey, thanks for toughing it out at these courses.
Yeah.
We're saying, this guy's going to act like he's hurt now because he hits a bad shot. That I don't say that, but the Tiger Woods haters say that.
Sure.
It's like, yeah, he probably is.
You ever walked 18 holes of golf?
Dan,
It's tiring.
I actually stopped going to a golf tournament because
Strictly
I was sick of walking.
strictly because of that.
Yeah, the American.
Wait,
Century-
you stopped going because you had to walk? Wait, is this Tahoe?
Yeah, I mean that's a massive piece of it. Yeah, you got to prepare for that. You got to be prepared.
Walk.
You got to be prepared to walk at elevation. 18 holes. I think they're saying it was like 8 miles. Or something.
It's
Yeah.
And every shot matters.